This is the third-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
When the Titans selected Alabama linebacker Rashaan Evans at number 22, I thought it was a perfect fit. Gives him a chance to apprentice a little bit with Wesley Woodyard right there next to him and eventually take over running that defense. He can run, he can hit, he can cover. Everything you expect out of a first-round linebacker.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Allen to throw it. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right now, you got 58. 55.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And just not a big enough hole to break this one. He gets it to the 35 after showcasing that tough running of his.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go, go, go.
Derrick Henry. Tackle made that time by Kevin Johnson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Win 18. Liz. We're doing it.
41's coming. 41's the mic. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
13-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
56.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. That's a prime example of how Josh Allen can hurt a defense. You remember back to his rookie season a year ago, 631 rushing yards, second only to Lamar Jackson. Also had 8 rushing touchdowns. He is a dual-threat QB. Caught on the right side by Jones. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
56, 56.
On second and 9, Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Wake in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on third and long. On third and long, it's Allen. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll find Jones again, complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Jones last year led the Bills, 652 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, more than double his production from 2017. Now they're hoping for an even bigger bump this year. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Cameron Wake picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? We are going. Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Check 26. Check 26. Check. 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 Right. Show it up. Show it up. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash.
Henry. Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Okay, over here. Tighten up, tighten up.
Henry running right. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Right here. Check out. Hey, check 26. Alert 3.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, alert, alert, alert. Check 9, check 9.
So after the INT, it's Allen escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Right there. Hey, hold. Dan. Hey, watch it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 51 yards on the punt there, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. He's coming. We got Jan 300. Hey, take 26. Gun. Pop.
Hey, Echo.
And that'll set them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Check 4. Check right left. Get the edge. Go. Check 3. Go right. Chance.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Check 24. Check 24. Check safety. Out. Jump out. Back. For the 50. Yeah, Liz.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, check. 3 down. 26. 41. 3 down, get up.
Now Rodgers. And Walker with it over the middle. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown Titans. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. on the ground. It's Singletary. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Let's get it.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Hauschka with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Shrugs him off. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
10-30.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Inside. 319. Plant. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 319.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Dion Lewis past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Cameron Wake able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
A gain of 8 yards.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself, and he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Keeps himself upright. Flush to his right. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Check.
And here's Allen. From the gun, he'll throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
36, right.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, fellas.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check 37. Check 37. Scan 300. Scan 300. Green, I did it. The mic, 149. Set the tone, defense.
Rodgers going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Take 30. Hey, 4-1 Mike. 4-1 Mike. Can I do that? Can I do it?
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here now, Roberts. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check 180. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. 49. Off 52. 49. That's it.
Now on 2nd and 16. Allen eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. He's got a first down and more past the 30, and all the way up to the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
On first down, Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On first down, Henry. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler, as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
49's the mic. Watch 49. We are going. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on fourth, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
55 middle.
On first down, Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on second and long. Allen. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on third and long.
Check. Hey, Charlie. 55. I'm scared. Mike 55. What's that?
Allen now throwing on third and long. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's fourth down. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, check.
Rodgers now on first down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
41, Mike.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, and his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Mike, 19! Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, tight. Check, crunch. Monday. 55 to Mike. Here we go.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
But not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he finds Beasley complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Hey, Orville. 55, Mike 55. Watch the slip. 5 wide.
Now Allen again. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw it? And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And this one caught by Beasley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Switch.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
88. Back one. 41's the mark.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he hits the running back, Dion Lewis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's going to let it fly. And it'll be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Flood pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a run with Singletary. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Round 80! All 52.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Titans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And he locates Walker, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this.